Hello. Hi, Elsa. How are you? Good to see you. How's it going? I'm going to share out my live. I've had a pretty busy day. I wanted to make a video, but I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. Because I need to make a video. I've been going to make a video and I still haven't done it, and I've gotten so busy. And so I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. And so look for that. Look for that tomorrow. I have lots of stuff going on. I have and I have my squash, my butternut squash cooking in the microwave. So if you hear that, that's what that is. Red is live. Are you still here, Elsa? So let me light the candle. I have a cherry cola. I don't know. I maybe should get a root beer because it's less caffeine. I got my pumpkin candle. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Got my hair cut. I think it looks good. I'm still letting it grow out to see what color it is. Looks kind of blondish. Blondish, grayish, whitish. Redheads don't usually go gray. They usually go kind of white. So that's why I'm kind of seeing what color it is. So let me play something on my flute. This is just off the cuff. That was pretty okay, considering I never practiced. I need to practice. Zero watching. Elsa, come back. Elsa, come back. Hey, y'all. Red is live. Red is live. Red is live. I'm live on Facebook too. So. Oh, my squash is done, and I have pork chops that I grilled for dinner. So you guys, I'm getting into it like everywhere. Facebook, Instagram. Well, Instagram is where honestly I was talking to the atheist guy that I'm praying for. It started with my friend from Van Life on TikTok. Actually, Beyonce is at the thing. Beyonce is at the rally with Kamala today. Let me get my food, okay? And I have salad. So, yeah. It's going to be yummy. I have pork chops, I have butternut squash, and I have salad I made yesterday. Yesterday I made 2 salads, so one for yesterday and one for today. Let me take you over here. I'll take you over here to show you. There's my squash. Let me set this down here. Can you still hear me? See my shirt? I got this shirt in 2020. I haven't hardly wore it. But I'm wearing it now. I think this is done. Let's see. I put butter and salt and cook that for 12 minutes. And these are my pork chops. And this is my salad. See my salad? Zero watching. Where is everybody? Are y'all not home from work yet? Are y'all busy? Maybe you've gone out. I think I'll get this dressing. You know what I like? I love the blue cheese. I'm gonna get the blue cheese. I got 2 of them. I like them so much. This one's almost gone. I don't know if I can get any out of that. And then I got a new one. Okay, let me put this over here. Okay, I'm gonna fix me a plate. One watching now. Hello. It could be somebody that can't comment. So I think I only put the subscribers only on for 20 minutes. So if you subscribe and then giving myself that much of that, I'll give myself pork chop. I like the one that's a little bit brown on the edges. There we go. Okay, I'll put this over here. And take you all back over there. Zero watching. Elsa, come back. Elsa might have a limited cell service because she watches on her phone. All righty, I'm going to say grace. Dear Lord, thank you for this food and all the good things you give us. I pray you bless my my YouTube friends, subscribers, the watchers, and the MAGA people I've been talking to lately, Lord, the Trump supporters. I pray that you would bless them. I pray that you would open their eyes. I pray that they would seek knowledge and seek truth, seek out truth, that they would fact check everything and that they would seek out truth. Yeah, I pray especially for Linda, Lord. I pray that you would bless her. I feel she's a very unhappy person and she just said some horrible things to me. And I pray that you would bring her into the light, that she would realize the truth. And it's okay to be wrong. We've all been wrong before. We've all been wrong before. We'll be wrong again. But I don't think I'm wrong this time. Don't think so. But anyways, dear Lord, thank you for this food. And please bless my children and my grandchildren. I pray in Jesus' name, amen. One watching, thank you for being here. Lots more are watching my replay, so that's nice. My views are up. And yeah, the watch time is going up very slowly, but it is going up. It's been very interesting. And when I make the video, I'm going to go into why this is a big deal for me to speak about this, because I basically been silenced my whole life, throughout my marriage, throughout my childhood. So I'm tired of being silenced. I love blue cheese dressing. Y'all like blue cheese dressing? I love blue cheese dressing. I think that's enough. Zero watching. Zero watching. I know y'all watch the replay though, so that's okay. I'm coming later. This is very good. I love butternut squash. Y'all like butternut squash? Oh, that was very good. And I love salad. You all probably watching the rally? I hope you are. I might play it in the background. Except I don't know how to do that anymore. I can't. I need to figure out and mess with it, and maybe I can figure it out. Especially since no one's here. Are you guys watching it? Oh, I could put it on the TV behind me. That's right, I could. I can also put it on my... Wait. Oh, they got chat too and everything. How many people watching? Let me see. Live, Beyonce joins Vice President Kamala Harris for campaign rally in Houston, Texas. Yeah, I hope Brent's there, but I doubt it. Maybe Glenn's there. I hope that's what you guys are watching. Yes. She's been having some, fire rallies with Obama. And hi, Michael. You're on in an hour. Okay. Cool. Well, I usually go a couple of hours and nobody's here right now. So they usually do come in later though. And I'm thinking maybe they're watching the rally on TV. Are you going live a lot to get your watch hours? Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Oh, premiere. Okay. Do you go live or no? Still hardly, some people don't go live. And their channels do fine, like some of them anyways. Lady Bug Out, she hardly goes live, but she has a couple times. You did. You got to 3,000? I've been past 3,000. I've been to almost 4,000, but now I'm at 3. Where am I at? I'm almost to 2003, 500, something like that. Wait, I don't have my. I don't have my list. I need my list. My new journal. Congratulations. Congratulations. But that still doesn't give you ads, does it? Oh no, I'm wrong. I'm not to 2,500. I'm at 2,294. I've been up to like 60 away from 3,000. Like, I'm trying to think when that was. Might have been last year before I got my job. Because when I got my job, they just I didn't have as much time to do YouTube, and they went down. But like 2021, when they didn't have it the way they have it now, I was at a little bit away from, I was very close to 4,000 watch hours within a year. But yeah, no ad paid, but they let you have super chats and memberships. Have you tried the, I'd like to try the Amazon affiliate thing where they click on your Amazon link and you get some money that way. So there's other ways. Like someone was telling me, informing me, but I do know some of the ways. So 2,294. But it's okay. I need to focus on writing. So I don't know. I feel like it will. You need less than 800 to get to 4,000. Okay. Love squash. I have butternut squash, grilled pork chops, and salad. So you're in Georgia, aren't you, Michael? Got one watching yet so far. It's you, Michael. North Central Kentucky. Okay. Hi, Sylvia. How are you? So has anybody voted yet? I haven't yet. And I'm going canvassing tomorrow. I listened to my local candidates. It was very interesting. I listened to the whole thing of the Democrat. She said all the same things Harris is saying. That was really good. And then listen to the Republican. Hi, Betty. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I've been having to just, I told them, I think it was Monday or maybe it was last Friday. Okay, good. Good, Sylvia. I think it was last Friday. I told them I needed a break, but that's better to do God time. I need that. That's what I really need. But I was trying to take a break from watching the political YouTube stations and news and whatnot, and I wanted to watch a movie, and I put on the old movie that was free on YouTube, 2 weeks notice, and I didn't know that Trump was in it, and I'm like, oh, gosh, I can't get away from this guy. I have seen it before. I remembered a little bit of the story, kind of. I didn't remember a lot of it, and I certainly didn't remember that Trump was in it. I was like, what the heck? I can't get away from this guy. But hopefully November 5th we will. I hope. So I had pork chop and butternut squash, and I have salad with blue cheese dressing. And it's very good, if I do say so myself. And I have a 0 sugar, Big K cherry cola that I got last night. That's my reminder to pay for my kids. Six watching now. Yay. Thank you for being here. You having pizza? It's tiny, but is that a piece of pizza? It's so tiny. Barbecued ribs. I thought about getting ribs. The way my grill is, I'm feeling like it would flare up and burn them. Potato wedges and cornbread. That sounds really good. Hey, I'm trying to not do the carbs and really be serious. I keep saying that because you guys, I did better for my birthday. So my birthday was the 13th. Kamala Harris's birthday was on the 20th. I didn't buy any cake, and I said I was going to get cheesecake, but I was good when I went to the store. I didn't buy myself any cake for my birthday, but I had like berries and I have whipped cream, and whipped cream is low carb and berries is not bad. I'm on a seafood diet. Lucky you. It's not good for your brain though. I've been listening to Dr. Amen. I finished the, I'll show you on my Audible. I finished.
You've enjoyed this program.
Here's a recommended preview.
I finished The Cult of Trump. by Stephen Hassan. I really recommend it. Oh, I want to watch that. I saw that pop up in my feed. Yeah. So do you think it's good? Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I want to watch the things first usually, but I just shared out the live because it's a live. Kamala and Beyonce in Texas. I just shared that out. But usually all the videos I watch them first before I share them out. But yeah, I want to see that. I might watch that tonight. But so I finished this. So now I went back because before I did that, I let's see. Before I got that, I got
More often than not, lack clearly defined goals.
it's not as exciting, but it's You Happier. And it's the brain doctor, Brain MD, Dr. Amen. And yeah, and he's the one that, because of listening to him, I've been wanting to. And now again, my A1C is up, which is bad, but I've gone it down twice now. But I need to not have it go. I need to stop eating the sugar just once and for all. But for Kamala's birthday, I got a cheesecake. It says 0 watching. Are you all not here? That's weird because you're in the chat. I wonder why it says that. Let me go on the YouTube side and see what it says. Wait, what does it say? 68,183. This is not the only channel it's on. Mine. Okay, it says 2 watching over here. Thank you all for being here. It's very interesting. So, that's good. You guys, so I'm going to do a video. I was going to do it today, but I had an appointment with my new financial advisors, because I fired my old financial advisor. And so I was meeting with them. And so that's why I wasn't able to do the video today. But I'm going to do it tomorrow. And it's going to be about my whole shift in how it's all related. It's all related because when I was an evangelical and then the Baptist church in Georgia, Republican for 20 years, and that whole system is misogynistic, racist, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I was a bad guy because I got a divorce, but I'm going to go into all of that and it's probably going to be a new channel introduction or channel trailer. So interesting. And talking about all the subjects you don't bring up at Thanksgiving, politics and religion. And I'm going to talk about fear because I was just afraid. That's why I don't want to offend anybody. I had this shirt for the past 4 years. I've had this shirt since 2020. Since they won. And they won, by the way, megas. Biden and Harris won. So but yeah, that documentary came up on my feed. I'm back down to one watching. I need to start ranting again. I might. I just might. Because I'm done eating. It's all done. To tell you about my mega neighbor in Georgia. He was a nice man. But yeah. So, how long is that documentary? Wait, let me put it up. In the one that's on Frontline, in the Frontline thing on the choice that's about Kamala Harris and Trump, there was lots of stuff I didn't know about her, and then there was stuff I didn't know about Trump also, and that stuff that I forgot. Like I forgot about the Central Park 5. I forgot about that, and I did not know that they him and his dad denied renting apartments to blacks. I didn't know about that part. So yeah, Roy and Becky are live, so maybe some people are over there, which is cool. Unfit full documentary. Yeah. Yeah, I want to watch that. Definitely. One hour, 23 minutes. So did you watch the whole thing yet? 3 watching. Thank you for being here. So I played Somewhere Over the Rainbow when I started out, and I learned to play that on my flute to play after my storm poem, because it goes, you know. So let me say my storm poem. You say that no one cares for you. Well, that's not true, because I do, and God does too. Oh, that I could fix your problem. I'd mend you up. You'd no longer be stuck in that addiction or depression, the trials that come in rapid succession. But what can I do? I cannot fix you. I can't make you believe or even relieve that deep ache in your heart. Just where do I start? Don't do nothing, she yelled at me. So what should I do? Scream and shout and run about? Perhaps sit and pout? No, I'll fight a war upon my knees. In quietness and confidence shall be my strength. He keeps my prayers and my tears. Perhaps the overflow makes the rain to water all the pain upon the earth. I'll thank him for this thorn. I'll praise him even when I'm worn, because he carries me through the storm. He walks to me on the tempest sea. The rain brings life back to my dying tree. And one day through the clouds I'll see the rainbow. So that's in this book. And I still have to order more copies of this, but if you want a copy, You can Venmo, PayPal, Cash App me, any amount, and then email me your address. It's redheadedwritinghood@gmail.com. And yeah, and I'll send you out a copy. It will take a little bit. Oh, Elsa, you are here. How are you, Elsa? How are you doing? I need to make my prayer list. I believe in prayer. Like that poem I wrote probably in 2013, because it's about an incident that happened in 2013, but I'm not sure what the timing of it was. Hey, CW, hello. This makes me think of you now. I have this watch from my brother. I used to wear it when I was traveling in my RV. It's a Mickey watch. Because my brother Paul was very much for adventure and life and all that. He died. He was 45. He passed in 2002. And but that was his watch, and I wore it around my neck. And then after I got locked out, I would hook my keys on here, so I'd have my keys around my neck and not lose them, always have them on me and not get locked out anymore. So thank you all for being here. But yeah. So thank you. I've had a lot of loss in my family. Yeah, I feel like I'm the last one standing, really. And then the two siblings I have, unfortunately, I don't get along with. And at least one, I'm sure, is not voting for. she's never been a Republican, so I'm sure she's not voting for Trump. So yay! But that doesn't negate a whole lot of other things. So I'm not on speaking terms with her or my brother. So, which is sad. But I care about them. I pray for them. But a lot of things, like their whole attitude that they've had towards me for my entire life would need to totally change, because they're really both abusive. I don't know if they realize that. You guys, hey, you're abusive. Hello. I'm speaking my truth now, and that's what my video is going to be about, that I'm hopefully going to be able to complete tomorrow. I try to rest on Sunday, and especially now I need to rest, you guys, because like I said on Wednesday, when I realized, and when I'm like not having the time to really go, I don't have good reception to call. They do this thing where they can block your number, and you go into the thing and you can do calls about the election, and then you can call like battleground state, like I could call Arizona or call, Georgia or whatever. And thank you. Yeah, this is my shirt that I didn't hardly wear because when I went to my brother's house and I was taking care of, I didn't wear this shirt. I should have, though, because he made me look at his crap on his computer, but I didn't want to make any waves. So I'm fine. I think there's a lot more, and I don't know, but it just seems to me there's a lot more loud and proud and MAGAs that want to argue than there are liberals that want to argue. We're the peaceful people, I feel like, honestly. So I didn't hardly wear the shirt for 2 years, but I was so excited, and it was from a Hex Sign artist who I know from I don't know where I actually first heard of him, but it's Hex Sign on Instagram. I don't know if he's on YouTube. I'm not sure that he is. So let's see. I can give you his name is Brad Heckman. He's an artist, and now he has new ones that are like that one. 10 days to go. No, there's not less than 10 days to go. Oh goodness, how many days is it to go? I have it written down. Let me get this. Let me get my calendar because I have it written down. I have arthritis in my hip. Okay, it's Friday. Yeah, 10 days to go. 10 days to go. That was right. 10 days to go. You guys. Am well better tomorrow if I go to the store. Okay. Heck Sign on Instagram, on IG. I just put IG. My nose is still, I don't know if it's allergies or what. My nose is still stuffy. So across all platforms, y'all, I found out I have 7,000 followers. So that's where I'm trying to talk. So I'm like, if I call people, I'll reach, maybe 5 people. But see you later. Bye, Betty. Thanks for coming in. So, if I call people, even when I canvass, I don't know how many doors we went to when we canvassed, but I am going to canvass tomorrow. And I realized, I can reach a lot more people on all of these platforms. Because, all together, I have 7,153 followers across Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube. Twitter, 2,908 on Twitter, 1,500 on my 2 Facebooks, Redheaded Riding Hood and Susan Story, 1,045 on Instagram, 312 on Pinterest, 270 on TikTok. That's where I've been not for the shortest amount of time. And 1,079 here on YouTube. So, yeah. Let me do my prayer list. Elsa was the first one in here. And Michael. Thank you all for being here. And then Sylvia. Yeah, I always remember my brother because my brother, my mega brother, wasn't very enthusiastic about me, just thought it was didn't like the idea of me living in my RV, especially not on his property, only when I was there helping him, but then when his wife passed away, he had no use for me anymore. He's like, get out of here. And I'm like, okay, bye. Especially because he was having in a relationship already, and I didn't realize it with his tenant. So yeah, that's what happened there. So yeah, it's kind of sad, but that's the way it is. Let's see. I don't have Betty down. Betty, that's pre-retirement days. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, and so the video I'm gonna do is gonna be, talking about how I don't really like to rock the boat. I don't. But we shouldn't be ruled by fear, and we shouldn't not be our authentic selves because we're afraid of what people are going to think of us. And it's funny because especially with Linda, who's been so ugly to me. And this is a person, you guys, who was like, and I had another friend like this. I had another friend more recently who I haven't even known as long as Linda. But Linda, hi, Jim. Hello. How are you? Yeah, I'm doing good. I was just saying I feel better in being honest. And Roy said on Wednesday that he came back on Wednesday, and I'm like, I'm glad you're here. I hope I didn't offend you or anything. And he said he's not offended, and he said he liked my passion. So I was very happy about that. But Linda is a whole other story. I don't think I've known Linda, though, as long as I've known Roy and Becky. And I've never met Linda in person. But she would keep contacting me. And even right before we got into it, because I chose to say something about the heckler situation, the thing where Kamala shut down the hecklers. The right is saying, the MAGA are saying that she was shutting down them because they said Jesus is Lord, and that is not true. And that's like meme is going all over the place, and it's a lie. That's not what they were saying. They were saying lies. And so I posted a clip of the whole thing. And it's funny, the other MAGA that came at me shared that same thing. I mean, he wasn't saying anything like, I didn't want to get into it with this one, with the guy, because I told you he's the friend of my, he's the best friend of my brother-in-law who passed away in 2014. May he rest in peace. So I didn't really want to get into it with him. And like on Instagram, he had this with Trump holding his fist up after he put the ketchup on his ear. Just kidding. And I was like, let me just like unfriend him on Instagram, but I was still friends with him on Facebook, and he came over to my Facebook and shared the same. I mean, they think because a lot of Christians are deceived by him, they think like you're going to listen to this meme where she was shutting down the Christian saying Jesus is Lord, and it's just like, that's not even what happened. Not even what happened. But but with Linda, she would like call me all the time. I think she seemed a little miffed. I didn't go see her when I was in courtside because she's like right in Phoenix, and like she was a good friend. And like now she's saying, you're like those other Californians who are inbred, and I'm just like, I can't believe the things she's saying to me. It's unbelievable. And see, in the past, I would have already blocked her because that stuff is triggering to me. And so that's what I'm going to talk about in my video, that I'm proud of myself. I've made a lot of progress. You know, I have thicker skin, y'all. Unbelievable, but I kind of am getting a thick skin. I am. Thank you, bullies. Thank you, trolls. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm becoming immune to their ugliness, and I pray for them. And yeah, and then she messages me, and I said on my Facebook, because she said she was gonna block me this whole thing, and she tagged me, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna leave this here. See, in the past I wouldn't have done that. I would have just blocked her, and she wouldn't have been able to do that. And she says in the post, like, don't bother tagging me because you're blocked. And I'm like, Linda, let me tell you something. I'm an expert on blocking and on all platforms and restricting and what happens when you block people on each one, because it's different. Like, people can still come. Hi trolls. Hi stalkers. Hi mega moles. They can't chat. They can watch me, but they can't chat. They can't leave a comment. I don't want to bother with their BS anymore. I'm not listening to their BS. Bless her heart, the pothead granny. Bless her heart. I would vote for her. If it was between her though and Trump, I would vote for Granny. But she's high most of the time, and she would just word salad, just long comments of word salad, and I just wouldn't even know what to say. Like, I'm not going to vote. They're both the same, and I'm just like, no, they're not. But anyways, you know, they're all under the power, and she's a conspiracy theorist. So, and she tried to get a rise out of me, you know, because I was saying she should not vote. And so she tried to get a rise out of me. Well, then I picked Trump. And saying that, and then calling me a gaslighter. And then that was enough. And I was kind of relieved, because I was like really wanting to block her, but I didn't want to be mean, you know? So, yeah. So, but I'm an expert on blocking on all platforms. And so, you know, Linda has big, long, mean posts, you know, about calling me stupid, calling me all sorts of things. No receipts. You know, one thing I want people to notice is to read that on my Facebook and see, like, she has no proof of anything she's saying. No specifics of, you know, I don't like this policy. And also, I'd like someone to show me, I'd like one of them to say, that's saying, like, Linda, you know, you're going to be, and she threatened me with being I'm going to be attacked by illegal immigrants. And I'm like, thanks. Yeah. No fear mongering for me, Linda. I'm from Los Angeles. Thank you very much. And anything that's motivated by fear, like my fear of not talking before, that was not right. I was being fearful and not wanting anybody to be upset with me. And I didn't talk about it in the van life community because, y'all, there's a bunch like Roy in Arizona is very it's very conservative. There's a bunch in the van life community that are very conservative. So I didn't talk about it with them either. And it's just like, I should have been like, just, this is not my group. This is not my tribe. But I so wanted a tribe that I just like didn't talk about it. And then ends up, they all start bullying me anyway. So, okay, sarah, sarah. So, anyway, so I'm feeling very passionate. I'm feeling like my authentic self. When I was working as a lifeguard, and I feel like whenever I'm in a place or a spot where I'm not supposed to be, I'm discontent. And I get anxious, I get depressed, all those things. So, and that's what I felt like. I felt like that at that job. Like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm not having any time to write or YouTube. And I felt like that in the van life community even. I didn't fit in. I felt like that at my church, and I kept having it, and I think it's because I'm such a nice person and I don't want to make any waves, and I keep attracting mega people to me, like narcissists too. And I think some of them are narcissists, not all of them, but a lot of them are narcissistic also. And I keep attracting them because I'm not speaking my truth and being authentic and saying what I believe, because that's a deterrent. That's a deterrent to narcissists and to mega. And I think maybe they thought like, and it's funny because before, I started talking about it more on my channel, on my YouTube, on my TikTok, on my Facebook, all of that. Linda, just like, it was like last month or something. I don't know. I should look at when it was. But she has blocked me on TikTok. But she has not blocked me on Facebook because she tagged me in a whole post and put this big, long, mean spiel about me. And all of a sudden, she's a Christian now when she never said as such to me. Never. When I spoke to her about it, nothing's on her channel. And like, Linda, put it on your channel. You believe it so wholeheartedly. You want to spread the word. Why isn't it on your channel? I think it's not on your channel because you're a coward. There you go. Boom. Sorry. But yeah, it's on my channel. It's on all my social media. So, yeah, I think if you believe something so strongly and you think it's so important, put it on your YouTube. I mean, what do you guys think? People don't want to watch somebody that's fake. I don't think so anyways. And the first there's been so many bullies from that group, but the first guy that started it was the guy that I was crushing on. He wasn't the guy that made the video, but he encouraged his friend to do the live about me. I'm pretty sure. But the first guy that I was crushing on, I'm like on his channel, and he had a great channel, a van life channel. His channel, he's fake. He's fake as all get out. His channel is down the drain now. He had an excellent channel. He got monetized, partly because of me. Thank you very much. Pat myself on the back. Like he was stringing me along because I was crushing on him, and he wanted me on his channel, but he didn't want me as a, and a lot of people had said to me, they thought that he was maybe gay. And I don't know, but I said something about, that he did clickbait on someone else's channel. And then somebody said, well, you don't know, he might leave van life. He might get a girlfriend and leave van life and go move in with her. And I said, our boyfriend. He got so mad because I said that. And then he started going around to other people in the group and messaging them about me, saying, I won't support you if you support Red. I mean, it was just really ugly. And that's how the bullying started. But on a different thing happened though on this other channel too. But I've been a target. I've been a target. Wow, missed that. Appreciate the vision. You missed reading the chat, Elsa? Is that what you mean? But thank you all for being here. Let me read my love poem. It's on my website. Let me drop my website too. It's redheadedridinghood.com. Oh, why do I leave the H out? My H is broken too. Okay. This is my website. But yeah, in the past, it would have triggered me too much. It kind of does. It kind of did upset me. Because Linda was my friend. Linda was my friend. We've been like on the phone for an hour before, but I couldn't talk to her. And I knew what she believed, but I guess she thought she was gonna. And so like a month ago or a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was just a couple of weeks ago, she messaged me on TikTok. Hey, and I'm just like, I don't want to get into it with you. Because people really didn't know how strongly I felt about it. But I find if there's any woman, hopefully, if she has been a victim of sexual harassment or sexual assault, she can't be backing Trump. I would challenge anybody to find me one woman who really understands that issue. And if she's experienced any of that, she will not vote for him. So it could be some people that are still like in denial. I don't know about like what happened to them or something. Why people do that to others. Yeah. It's their hurting. Hurt people. I believe that's true. And that's one of the reasons why I keep saying like, oh, I did say something mean to her in the message, because she messaged me and like I blocked you or whatever. She unfriended me is what she did on Facebook, but she has not blocked me, because if she blocked me, she wouldn't be able to comment on my page, which she has gone back and forth and said horrible things like, you're one of those inbred Californians. And it's horrible. You'll know them by their fruits, just like you should know Trump by his fruit and what he says out of his own mouth. He says it out of his own mouth, Now the stuff is out about, JD Vance said it himself before he flip-flopped, because he's going to end up being president. But Kamala's going to win. I'm speaking life to that. She's on a roll. She's with Beyonce in Texas. I wonder where they're going next. They were in Georgia with Tyler Perry, Eminem and Obama were what, in Michigan. And yeah, she's on fire. And I believe she's going to win this. So, but if, God forbid, Trump won, I don't think he's going to last that. You know, they would either have to take him out because he's Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cat. Come on. Come on. Oh, they're so blinded. They're so blinded. He doesn't make any sense. He's still lying. I think he's lying more than ever. Every single word out of his mouth is like, I know you're lying because your lips are moving. Baby, do you think I'm dumb? But Meg is still believing his crock of BS. But anyways, if you're voting for Trump, you're voting for Vance. He's going to end up being the president because Trump will either die. He's almost 80 years old. He's either going to die or he's going to be too senile to be president. So, yeah, a vote for Trump is just a vote for Vance. So, you get what you give, be kind. Yeah. So I've been trying to say to Linda, you know, I kept saying, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. But in the message, I had to say something like, what if I had been a victim of incest and she's saying that crap to me about inbreeding? Like, that is so mean and so nasty and such an immoral thing to say to anybody just because I'm going to vote for Harris. Now I'm a wicked, evil person and I must be inbred. Like, thank God no one in my family did that to me. I was almost sexually abused by my best friend's father. But thankfully we moved to California when we did because I was 12. And like, he was grooming me. And he was abusing my best friend from grammar school. So, you know, from childhood, my best friend from childhood. And I didn't even realize it because, you know, I was a kid. I didn't even realize it, but there were red flags, and I started to not feel comfortable around him, you know, like the touching and the, you know, like the pictures of Trump with Ivanka. I feel so sorry for Trump's children. I need to start praying for them. I watched something last night, you guys, that and I realized, like, oh my gosh, I've been so brainwashed and I didn't watch enough stuff, or I wasn't even informed when I was a Republican. I'm different now. I'm a Democrat and I'm going to be informed, and I don't have 5 little kids at home, but, you know, I had 3, 4, 5 little kids at home and I was homeschooling, and I just listened to what my husband said and what my brother said. And they were both, you know, they're both racist, misogynist, Trump supporters. I hope they might not be, because I don't know their politics anymore, but my ex-husband loved him. And I didn't realize my ex was racist until my oldest son was dating a black girl at his school. And that's when I found out he was, because he is Asian, but I didn't know he was racist until then. And I was just like flabbergasted. And it was one of the things, because there were so many things. There were so many things. I had been doubting my marriage for a long time, and wondering if I could hold it together. And I felt like I was holding it together by myself. And like the only reason, just kind of like holding on to being a Republican, because abortion, the one issue, abortion, that's it, you know? And I was like, I didn't understand, you know, it's like, okay, I'm not gay, but, oh, a Gemini. Yeah, that's my oldest son is a Gemini also. But he's like multiple personalities, though, really. I mean, goodness. It's just like, I'm not really a whole lot. I'm a little bit into the signs. What I like, CW, is I'm a Libra. Doug Emhoff was born the same day as me, only he's 2 years older than me. Kamala is 2 years older than me, because they both turned 60. And first I found out that Kamala's birthday is on the 20th, so she's a Libra. And then I found out Doug Emhoff's birthday is the same day as mine. So we're all Libras, the scale of justice. We're balanced people. And the scales, the scales of justice. Yeah. But I believe there is, yeah. Yeah, Libra, like me. I'm a Libra. And yeah, his birthday's the same day as mine, Doug's. And Kamala's was the 20th. So that's cool. But yeah, there is something to that, though. I remember I used to have the book by a Christian, very conservative Christian, D. James Kennedy, about the stars, because there is stuff to that, because like the three wise men, saw the star and it led them to where Jesus was. So yeah, the stars were all set up. I don't think you should look to them for guidance, though. I think you can look to God for guidance, but there is some to that. But ultimately, I feel like we're supposed to look to God for guidance. But anyways, that's my little spiel on that. I feel like my oldest son. It's my oldest son. My younger son is, let's see, Scorpio. No, what's September? No, he's Virgo, I think, because he's September 14th. And then Claire Bear is a Leo, like my mom was, and my brother Christopher. What sign? I think it's Virgo, because my friend Louise, I was just talking about, she was a Virgo, because she was August 24th. But my oldest son, he is like two people, though. He is like that. Yeah, Virgo. Yeah, he's I wouldn't say he's meticulous or detail oriented. He's not. He's definitely not organized. Logical and systematic, hardworking. But it goes way beyond Trump being a Gemini. I feel like he's a fascist. Like they say, he idolized Hitler. Wanted generals like Hitler. Hitler did a lot of good things. It's like awful. But what's interesting is I watched something on the news, and that some people that are Lebanese, people that are of the, and yeah, a Libra is one of the signs that get along good with everybody. I have a little book on the birthday book that has a little thing about each sign like that. And so Libras, you're a Pisces. That's what my oldest daughter is. My oldest daughter is the one that's for Trumpster. I feel like if you were in a cult before, then you're susceptible to falling into it again. And our Baptist church was like a cult. It was very cult-like. And then when you're following a narcissist, like the whole Trump family is like in his cult, and like my daughters that are and unfortunately, I've recently found out that although my daughter did contact me again, my middle daughter, she is sort of, because she's in contact with her sisters and her dad, she's still sort of, and she still sort of buys into it. I feel like she still sort of buys into it that a lot of the things were my fault, unfortunately. She's a sweet Pisces. No. You don't know my daughter. Like I said, she's in the Trump cult, and she's in the cult of my ex. She's in the cult of her daddy. So yeah, she's tough. She's a nurse. She's very smart. She could not be in it anymore. I don't know. I asked. So my son's friend, and before, when I was still in it, I didn't vote for Obama because I was still a Republican then. And, my mom voted for Obama, and we didn't really talk about it because we had, buried that hatchet, like, we're not going to talk about this subject anymore. So, where was I going with this? I was talking about Albert, my extra son. He's African American, and they went. His dad, he ran for the mayor in the little town where we lived in. We lived near in Georgia. He ran for mayor of a town, but he went to the whole Democratic National Convention when they had it. I asked Albert when he came over here. I was like, "Did your dad go to the convention?" And he said, "No." He said, "But he watched the whole thing. He watched all of it, and I didn't even watch all of it." Yeah, I hope so. She's a mom now, so she has my youngest grandchild and first grandson, Noah. So, and I have hopes that she'll come around eventually. And I don't know that maybe she's not out of it by now, and maybe my ex is, maybe my brother is. I hope so. I pray for them. I pray for them. The thing I mostly get concerned about for my ex is his health. I want him, for my kids' sake, to be in good health. But I have just really, I like this. Now I'm thinking of getting, this is where the light shines through, this tattoo from a Switchfoot song, "The Wound is Where the Light Shines Through." And I'm wanting to get something on this arm. And "We Are Not Going Back" is what I'm thinking of getting on this arm, because that's what I see that I've done these past 4 years since I left Georgia. Although I haven't physically, I did go back. I went back in October of 2021, and it wasn't time to go back. I went back to visit my oldest two, but they weren't yet in a place where they could be respectful and kind. And it was just a disaster. It was just a disaster. I went back too early, and I just left, a year before. And when I left, I was hardly, even talking to them. And so this thing about not going back is that I've done it, with the YouTube community I was in. I was going back to just being, just being a chameleon. Like I would say, I say often that my my narcissistic ex was a very good actor. He would change into anything. And we were from Florida. We went up to Georgia, and he's like, we're in the first we're in the Presbyterian PCA church, which is like the Baptist church. There's different forms of, hi Glenn. How are you? There's different forms of Presbyterian, and some are very liberal and some are very conservative. And we were in the very conservative Presbyterian church. And so, and then in Georgia, there's hunters, and so he starts hunting, and I just feel like he's a chameleon. He changes into whatever. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, but to be fair, I was being fake also. I was, and so I do my Southern Red character, y'all, to spoof on that, and then Cali Red, because I really actually am from Los Angeles, is my more real me, my liberal side, which really didn't even come back until I missed, I left my husband, and separated from my husband. But I've been like waffling, and like I said, the van life community was very conservative. It was very conservative. What's funny is in 2021, I went to the Oregon meetup, and I met a lot of people there, and a lot of it was mixed too. A lot of it was mixed, but we didn't, there was like an unstated rule that we don't talk about that, really. Because I remember I met California Travel Videos, and they're very liberal, but a lot of them were very conservative in the van life community I was in. So we didn't talk about it. Excuse me. And then, at my brother's, I didn't talk about it. And so I kind of feel like I was being fake. I didn't wear my shirt. I didn't wear my shirt with that around them either. And so, and there was a thing about the masks and the conservatives not wearing the masks, and the liberals, were being more careful, a lot more careful and smart and smarter than the conservatives. My brother kind of had to not be so much that way. And when I got to Los Angeles, because I got to Los Angeles in 2020, in December 2020, about the 10th of December 2020, Los Angeles was on lockdown. I mean, we couldn't go. I couldn't get my hair cut. You could see some of my videos, and my hair is really getting bushy, because to keep it like this, I just got it cut today. To keep it like this, I go get it cut once a month, and then they thin this out and stuff. But my hair is getting long and bushy, and yeah. And so I kind of feel like I was silenced, and I recently too, this year, I kept having these dreams about going back to Georgia. And I'm like, God, because usually my dreams mean something, and God is speaking to me through my dreams. What does this mean? God, what does this mean? Do you want me to go back to Georgia? Why do I keep having these dreams? But meanwhile, what I didn't realize is my ex, well, I did come to find out, I guess it was 2023. My oldest son was wanting to come live with me. And, I had to wrestle with that a lot. I can't do that for a lot of different reasons that I can't go into all of them. But for one, I have a 1-bedroom apartment. So, but I almost broke down, and he was in Colorado, but he wasn't here. He was in Grand Junction. And it was very difficult. it was very difficult, and I was having a very hard time of it. But it was part of what, and I was trying to talk to my ex, but then I realized, it's not beneficial. It's not helpful. It doesn't. I told him a lot of things. I'm just like, I'm honest to a fault. And it's like, why are you shooting yourself in the foot? Why are you shooting yourself in the foot? I had to, and that's really what, Life Story Invisible. I like the song, by Hunter Hayes called Invisible. And I have a poem. Maybe I can read that one to you. Let me see. Do I have my document open? So yeah, it was very difficult time, and that's really what drove me back to going to Coda. And I thought, I wasn't going back in the sense of going back to Georgia, but I was going back in the sense of trying to talk and reason with my ex was not working, and I felt they were trying. He was trying to manipulate me. So I'm just done. And with all of the people that I ended up having to block, all of them, there were red flags with them from the beginning. And one of the things, see, I don't respond well to someone trying to fear monger me. And one of the things that Bren said was, "Is your ex watching?" And I'm just like, might be, hi, and I felt like she was trying to make me fearful. Like, you better watch what you say. Your ex is watching. Hey, boo, I don't care if you're watching. I don't care. This is my channel and I'll say what I want to. And I won't be bullied and I won't be fear-mongered. And no, I'll say what I feel like God wants me to say and be my authentic self. And we are not going back. Don't go back to your narcissistic ex or your narcissistic president, people. Do not go back. We are not going back. What do y'all think? Should I get that on this arm? I think I should. I'm thinking I should. Because I need to remind myself. That's why I got this. The wound is where the light shines through. He binds up the brokenhearted. That's what the broken heart is. And the light is shining through it. That tattoo is from a Mary Engelbrett picture that had a quote that's similar to this song that was from Leonard Cohen, where he sings, "There's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in." So I'll look up your song and I'm going to say another poem. 1 hour, 34 minutes. Yeah, they're in Texas. I don't see anybody talking yet, but they have it. What's the name? Let me look it. Let me go back and look. Now I've lost it. No. There we go. Life Story Invisible. Have I looked at that song before? Is it the story of Addie LaRue? Are you talking about a book or a song, Elsa? Are you still here? Okay, I'm going to go. Name can't reach up. No worries. I missed much catch. Let me do my. Thank you all for being here. Oh, you were talking about your life. Yeah, there's a song. I'm gonna try and I'll share it. Let me see if I can say that poem. Because I have a poem called Invisible, and was inspired by the Hunter Hayes song called Invisible. Let me see. Open. Open says me. It's not opening. You guys, I'm having to delete all my emails. I have too many emails and they're wanting me to buy more space, or I'm going to stop receiving emails. But I have so many I need to delete. So I started deleting them. Why won't it open? That's what I want to know. Let's see now. There it goes. Yay. Okay, here it is. Let me share the song too. So it's inspired by the Hunter Hayes song. Okay, there's somebody talking now at the rally. So something that I wanted to say though, because I feel like the Harris campaign is bringing receipts. All these illegal immigrants that are doing all these bad things, the Trumpsters really need more receipts on that. You know, have they been a victim of an illegal alien? Is there any evidence of them eating the dogs and the cats? No, they're not. It's one apartment complex in Aurora. It's not as bad as they said. They exaggerated it a lot. Like they've taken over the whole town of Aurora. There were Trump people that they were interviewing in the lines at the rally here in Denver that didn't even agree with that were saying that was not true. So even Trump supporters know that some of the stuff he says is exaggerated and not true. Here's a Hunter Hayes song. Okay. And I'm going to read you. It's called Invisible. Thou, God, seeth me. It seemed at first like he knew me, yet he looked right through me. No one sees the battle I'm fighting. Come on, he says. They don't see or appreciate you, or respect you, or even care. There's others who will. Surely I've cleansed my hands in vain. I don't have a scandalous story, but I have a story. He who does what is right comes to the light, but he who does what is wrong will sing a sad song. You have a great friend. You're building a cathedral. You're not invisible to him. I'm waving a flag for who you are and all you're going to be. Someday you'll look back and all this pain will be invisible. One day all this pain and petty ponderings, unpaid bills and wanderings will all be gone. And there'll be happy happenings, peace and joy, Jesus who paid all my debt. There'll be love that lasts forever and happy ever after. Hallelujah. Yeah, I wrote that early on. So, yeah. And before I had my little wild stint, it wasn't very long. I realized that was not for me. When I was away from God, and that was when I was so depressed, 2019, I had only been with my husband all those 30 years because I met him when I was 17. I mean, not met him. I met him. He lived next door to me. So we knew each other from the time I was 12 and he was 15. And he was friends with my brother. They're still friends. My brother had a very hard time. He wasn't on my side. My dad was not even on my side when I got the divorce. He's like, "Oh, we think you should stay with Bob," and not even like considering that, like, hey, he doesn't. He wants this too, because my ex lies and acts like, it was all my idea. I came to him and said, "Do you want to work things out?" He said, "Well, if you get a job," and I couldn't find a job. Before COVID, I could not find a job. That's why I started doing Airbnb in my home, because I hadn't had any experience since when I was pregnant with my oldest, who was at that time, 30 years old. Yeah. I was looking for a job, and like everything he'd shoot down, don't be a substitute teacher. They don't make any money. Don't do that. Oh, I'll just work overtime. Why should you get a minimum wage job when I can just work overtime? And he didn't want me to work. He didn't want me to be able to be independent. So, but yeah, that's the invisible one. And then I have one about doing Airbnb. It's called Bedtime Stories with Red. I know God sent you here for a blessing or a lesson. So welcome to Red's. It's a comfortable bed, like sleeping on a cloud, a powerful shower to peel the paint off a Volvo, cupcakes and M&Ms, chicken pot pie or pot roast, coffee or tea. Sit by the fire, talk to me. Want to hear a story about the Syrian who stole my heart? That's Mohammed. The Russian who slept on my porch. I don't remember his name. The Chinese exchange student who solved my Rubik's Cube. My J-Lo who was filled with wisdom. The millionaire who wouldn't buy my book. The adorable actor who played John Wilkes Booth. The model and author who stops sex trafficking. Blue can tell you about her boring hotel. That was Amber, my long-term guest. But Red's is much more fun and cheaper too, with better and healthier food for you. You'll hear about my Georgia Tech boys, how they could eat. The airmen and the workers, Gladys and the nurse with the stuff. Sweet Jenny, whose car I scratched. She was a travel nurse. The heartbroken Marine, the lady with one leg and two names. My super host friend escaped from Flo. The fair girls were here for the hurricane too. Cannabis lady and her dog Dude. They warned me about my boo. But now I say thank you. 2 guys booked for Valentine's Day, but I scared them away. Southern hospitality from a Southern Cali lady. Y'all come back now, you hear? But yeah, just so many funny stories. The actor who played John Wilkes Booth in the series Sleepy Hollow stayed at my Airbnb, and his girlfriend was a model who had unwittingly, there was a whole sex trafficking with the agency, or I don't know if it was the agency. I should have gotten her book. Now, I don't remember her name, so I don't know if I could find her book. But she had one, I think, of several stories in this book about it, because it was she was a model, I think, in New York City, and it ended up, she got into this, and it was a sex trafficking ring. Maybe Diddy was involved, I don't know. But yeah, I want to drop that. I want to drop that one from, I want to drop a Instagram reel from Harmony Dust. Let me find it first. That's about Diddy. What do Diddy, Bill Cosby, and Trump have in common? And it's about a law, a thing that they passed where this thing where I go to pages on my computer, and it doesn't say I'm following them for some reason. I don't understand why. Oh, well, she's got some new videos about narcissists and pimps and all of that. I got her book. I just barely started it, but I think it's going to be really good. I got her book. I'm going to drop her link. I'm going to show you the book. It's called Scars and Stilettos. But I'm going to drop her video on what do Bill Cosby, Diddy, and Trump have in common. And it's because of this law, where they shortened, they let you, for a limited time, press charges against a sexual offender. And they took away the statute of limitations. And that's why they got sued. This is by Harmony Grillo. She's Harmony Dust on Instagram. Scars and Stilettos. So she has a ministry in Los Angeles now. But and then she has a TED Talk about they're thinking of legalizing prostitution, and she's saying about why they shouldn't. But let me share this video. But listen to this, please. And she says she's scared to share it, but she can't be led by, because she knows that a lot of the folks supporting her ministry against sex trafficking are people who are for Trump. Trump, Diddy, and Bill Cosby. Okay. But so I'm trying to figure out why. Okay, now it says that's weird. So whenever I go on my computer to Instagram, and maybe it's because I'm not going to it from my Instagram, I'm just going to it, that it first shows up like I'm not following this person. And I'm like, what? Am I not following them? But now it says I am. I'm like, okay. So she also had her TED Talk banned because her TED Talk was saying, and listen to this, you guys, because this is the same thing that Kamala said when she was district attorney. She's like, she wasn't for prosecuting the prostitutes because a lot of them were victims and a lot of them were being sex trafficked. And so Harmony talks about all of this stuff. And she says, they're making the prostitutes into the criminals when they need to be getting the pimps and those people that are exploiting them. So it happened, and this is in the frontline thing about Kamala too, and this is something I did not know. So when she first was, I think it was when she was first DA, and someone said a teen prostitute, and she's like, don't call them that. They're an exploited teen. They're not a teen. Don't call them that. And I'm like, yes. And that is what Harmony would agree with. And that's why she is, doing that video about Trump and voting for Kamala Harris. But probably, doesn't actually say that on her because it's a nonprofit. I had someone comment on my interaction with Linda, where Linda was being so mean, and called me, said, you're like those other Californians who are inbred. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. I didn't know you were such an mean, nasty person. And so my friend from Georgia commented, right? And I was just like, she's like, you can call me woke, because she was saying, you're like those woke people. And I was like, you're not even, like, she wasn't bringing any receipts. No receipts, no proof, no, Kamala is this because she said this, now we have, we have recordings of him saying all this, Trump saying all this stuff, I think they probably do. I think they do. I saw this one video with a guy and who was promoting it. He was promoting the legalization of it because it came up after her, but her TED Talk got banned, but there's a place you can go to it and watch it. It's really interesting, y'all. You go to my band TED Talk. Let me share this one too. Let me share this video by her. What? I'm pressing the wrong thing. Okay. This is about Harmony's band TED Talk. So check it out. There we go. So yeah. But Next, I've almost gone 2 hours. For my last poem, let me say the one from here, since I'm on this topic, about my dad. And they basically, just wasn't there for me at all. And in Boca Raton, when I was a teen, I was just sexually harassed, and I really didn't know what. The same thing with what was going on with my best friend in California and her dad. Since I was a kid, I didn't understand what was going on. He'd be like, give me a kiss, and oh, you're so pretty, and sit on my lap, and it was just thankful to God that I got out of there when I did. And one time when I went back too, listen to this, you guys, because I just thought of this, so much stuff, and I'll go into this when I do my video about it's the 2 taboo topics, religion and politics. And so I'm going to do a video on it tomorrow. So one time I went back to visit my friend, and this was before I really, really realized. I just had a creepy feeling, and I just was like, get me away from me, Like one time he grabbed me, and I just like wanting to hug me or something like that, but I pulled away, and it was like he had a death grip on me, and I pulled away. And then I went to, we would always climb the fence. They had horses and stuff, and we were in a stall. And I just had a bad feeling. And I was just like, I got to get away from him. And I pulled away, and then I went to climb the fence, and I hit my leg. And I wrote a blog post about this, but I don't have it up anymore, I don't think. My blog is also Redheaded Riding Hood, and you can find it on my website, the link to it. But I have other things there, but I don't have this one up anymore. So yeah, that happened. But then when I think I was about 15, and he worked for Warner Brothers. He was a security guard at Warner Brothers, and he worked nights. And one night he had 2, hey, Brenda. Oh, that's where everybody is, watching the World Series. So in his room, they all had separate rooms. Her mom and dad had separate rooms. Later on, they divorced. And but he had twin beds in his room, and so I was visiting from California, and we're sleeping in the room, and I was 15. And I don't know if this was anything or not, if this saved me, but I was sleeping in his room, and he would come in the morning. And I can remember I woke up that morning, and I was in a pile of blood, because my cycle started at like 13. But yeah. And later on, I'm thinking back on that, and I'm like, gosh, I was not in a safe place whenever I was at their house. And of course, like, he never did that, but I'm pretty sure from multiple things, just that he was doing that to my friend. And it's very sad, and it's something that I didn't realize, because I was a child, and so yeah. But I think that may have saved me from something happening to me in my sleep, because my period started, and it was all over the white sheets. And I think back on that and go, oh my goodness, because it was not safe there. And there were a lot of little red flags. Like she took pictures of us, the mom, and I think the mom knew actually. And looking back on that, her mom was a narcissist. I realized that later. I was like, that's it. You know, she was a lot like my grandmother too. Like I told you, I realized later that my grandmother was a narcissist. And I was like, oh, because that's horrible. You know, in a lot of these situations, it's horrible. These girls go through this and their dad or their stepdad or their mom's girlfriend or something sexually abuse them. The mother knows certain times, like Joyce Meyer's mom, she knew. And that's why she's like, I had a harder time forgiving her for letting me go through that than forgiving him. And so it's horrible. And I'm thankful I haven't gone through that. And especially since the stuff that Linda said to me, I would have been so triggered. Like old me too, I would have already blocked Linda for all the awful, horrible things she said to me. But I care about her. Hurt people hurt people. And I did say something mean though, because she messaged me and said something like, she doesn't have me blocked. She doesn't have me blocked because she tagged me. I'm like, you're saying you have me blocked. Like, might you be wrong about other things, Linda? Because you're saying you have me blocked and you do not have me blocked, because I wouldn't have your whole place where you tagged me on my page and left it there. But so anyway, I said, I'm praying for you. I kept saying that over and over again, and I am. I'm praying for you, because hurt people, and she's very bitter and sad, and just attacking me for voting for Harris. And so she says, "Don't bother," you know, in the message, just don't bother. And I'm like, I said, this is the bad thing I said. Good thing I don't believe in hell, or I tell you to go there. Because I said to her in the message, I've said, you know, I could be a victim, one of those victims of incest. And you're saying that crap to me? You're saying that crap to me about, oh, the people in California are inbred. I mean, nasty. And a lot of, you know, I'm not saying all. But some of them are very nasty and mean like that. And go figure, it's my used to be friend. So I hope you're good, Brenda. I'm gonna read the poem. It's called My Chains. What channel? What page is it on? It's on page 16. Yeah, I have a poem about my mom, which is good, which is nice. And this is the poem about my dad, which is not so. Excuse me. I believe it was when I was there in 2014, when I decided to, probably when my ex and I had just been separated. When I went, my stepmother did a nice thing, and this time she knew I was coming. That was like the one time she knew I was coming and didn't pretend she didn't hear me, because she let me use her frequent flyer miles. Yeah. She's out there. Yeah. And I knew this about and when I started to say about when I went to Oregon, I met these guys in the van life community at my friend Troy's, and he was, and these are all guys I met at the, it was the Adventures of, if you dare find the courage to speak it, they blame you for it. Right, exactly. So yeah, you have a friend you can't talk to. So I couldn't talk to my brother about it. I couldn't talk a lot in the van life community. And I was involved, and I had a situation where this person bullied me at this live that was going on and on. The guy's name was Mike. And that's why I didn't go back there. But I met these guys all at Mike's and then on my channel. And Troy was my friend. And these guys were meeting there to work on his RV. If you look back in the if you look back at my lives, it's the live at my Rat Man's house. So all those guys were conservative. I mean, from Arizona, from Nevada, it was am I going to say the name? Roy's friend. He lives by Roy in his RV too on the BLM land out in Arizona. So it was George and Ron Sees America from Texas and then Cargo Dan from Arizona. All of them were, and how crazy is it? I don't know really, but it is so ridiculous when I see like there's a van lifer in Oregon and her son is in the LGBTQ community. And yet she's promoting Trump. And I'm just like, I don't get it. When I see a woman or black man, well, the women are, they're in the cult. They want to take away the Project 2025 wants to take away a woman's right to vote. It's insane. It's insane. It's insane. Even women, black men need to do their research. Tyler Perry was talking about it too. Black men, you need to do your research. You can't vote for this man, a black woman especially. It is so God, and this is another reason why I really feel she's going to win. She's going to beat him. It's the perfect karma. Just a white woman was not good enough and she lost. But did she really lose? I don't know. If you don't trust the system, how can you ever trust it? How could you even run again if you don't even trust the system? But so it's perfect karma for Kamala to beat Trump because she's everything he's against. She's a person of color. She's a woman. And she's qualified, you guys. She's qualified. She's ready for this. She's a badass and she's going to get the job done. I'm telling you. Please do your research. Look it up. She prosecutes. She doesn't have felony convictions. She convicts felons. There's a difference. So let me read this poem and pray for y'all and let you go. So I need to put Brenda on my prayer list. But yeah, so I'm talking about things again. I'm talking about stuff. Unspeakable stuff. I like what Jesus said about what you hear whispered in the ear, preach on the housetops. Okay. Let me read this one about being sexually harassed in high school and how confused it really made me. And I really wish I feel regret that I didn't talk to my daughters more about these things. I talked to my oldest daughter some, but I really probably sent the wrong messages. Because I talked to her about the purity thing, and she did. I think she did the same as me, is waited for the man she was going to marry, but didn't necessarily wait right until she was married. That's the way what happened with me. And then I felt horribly guilty for that. But why the date rape that happened to me in 2017, why that was so traumatic is I was just so naive, and I had only been with my husband, and I was so naive, and I was too trusting. And so that's why that happened. But this is called My Chains. He brought them out of the darkness and the shadow of death and broke their chains in pieces. Psalm 107, verse 14. And again, this is in the 7-story tree. And that if you PayPal me, Venmo me, Cash App me a gift of any amount and send me your snail mail address, I'll send you a copy of this book signed by me. My Chains. I dreamed I was in high school again. I was taking a test. I hadn't studied. I was bound to fail. Dad, where are you? He's more interested in helping that single mom at the office. That's who he ended up having an affair with. She could use some help, but Dad, I need you. These boys are annoying me. What should I do? Can you come to my band performance? No. Can you pick me up from practice? No. He did one time. He was like really late because he was talking to my mom's best friend on the phone. Like he almost had an affair with her too. My mom was somewhere. My mom usually picked me up, but he was just so undependable. Like the one time, Dad, can you pick me up? I was left waiting there like an hour. Remember when phones you couldn't get through? There was no call waiting. You just get a busy signal. That's what happened. So my dad was talking to some woman on the phone. Well, whatever, Dad, since you don't have the time, at least these boys at school do. But I won't go past second base. Don't worry. I'm a good girl. Goody two-shoes. That's me. Goody two-shoes. Adam Ant. That was my song. I'll be faithful, Dad. Can't you see? I won't be like my brother. I won't even start. I won't get locked up in the prison of addictions. I would never even try pot because my brother being on drugs like through my entire childhood and, onwards. He died of heroin addiction in 2005. My oldest brother. Not Paul. That was Tim. I never even touched those drugs. Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? Don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? No one sees inside of me. The battle's in my mind and I'm losing it. There's a war raging inside my head. That annoying boy's harassing me every day. In between the inappropriate things he says and does, he smiles at me. He's kind of cute. Perhaps he does like me. But he was always inappropriate. And then I said, Dear God, today he stood on a bench and proposed. He stood like all these kids walking by. And he stands up on a bench and asks me to marry him when I was walking by. And it's the nicest thing he's ever said to me, but he doesn't even know who I am. I tried to ignore him is what I tried to do. Or that I'm enjoying this attention. This guy is nuts over me. Go figure. Having this power is intoxicating. This can't be happening. I'm addicted and I can't get him out of my mind. It's like gravity, the spiral down. If he doesn't annoy me, I'm disappointed. Lord, please help me. I'm so pathetic. He makes me manic high. Mom doesn't notice. She's trying to be both parents. At night, I hear her crying. She's dealing with your mania. But I'm sinking. It's not a dream. This is a nightmare. War is hell. Who will deliver me from the body of this death? This is from Romans chapter 6. Jesus, awake, he says, peace be still. He breaks my chains in pieces. I can breathe for the first time. That's from a song by the Afters. I really like it. I haven't listened to the Afters in forever, but they're a good band. I'll put the song in the chat after I finish. I can breathe for the first time. I take in the warm air, look up to heaven and whisper a prayer. Thank you. For a while he leads me beside the still waters. He says he'll be my perfect father. Up further on the mountain than I can see awaits another battle. But with Jesus, there is victory. So that's that one. Oh, the What Elephant poem is right after that. The What Elephant poem is in this book too. I got to order more copies of this. I order them from Amazon. It's on Amazon, but I hardly get any money if you buy it on Amazon, and it won't be signed by me. So you have to get it from me. It helps me more if you get it from me, and it will be signed. So there's that. And I'm on PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. Red-headed Riding Hood. Let me find that after song. Let me see if I can. I think it's called For the First Time. I haven't heard this song in forever. Yes, that's the song. It's off the Light, Light, Light Up the Sky album. Light up the sky. What did I? You know what I mean. Why does it underline afters? Probably because it's capitalized, I guess. I don't think I spelled that wrong. AFTERS, the Afters. They've had a lot of songs in movies and TV shows and stuff like that. It's a good Christian band. And I met them once. Long time ago. You guys, I got into it. I met Danny Gokey. There was a concert in Warner Robins, but I got onto him for saying for people to vote and vote for Christian values. And basically vote for Trump is what he was saying. Because you can't let those gays get married, you know. You can't. And they're like the stuff Trump says, I can't believe people like still believe anything he says. Like you're going to take your child to school and they're going to come back a different sex because they're going to give them a sex change operation. Anybody who has kids, especially in public school, knows that is not true. They can't even give your child a freaking aspirin without your permission. And he's telling people that they're going to change your child's sex at school. And also, I'd like to know, so MAGA, anybody MAGA, please tell me or give me evidence of, like, have you had a crime committed against you by an immigrant? Show me these numbers that they're saying and that they're all, you know, surely there would be a great rise in crime. Surely we would see it on the news. We would know someone who's been attacked or murdered or raped by an immigrant if what they're saying is true. It's not. And then it's very downplayed and people don't say this, but in the debate, Trump also said that they were killing babies after birth. And thankfully, you know, Kamala said that's an insult to women. That's not true. I mean, it's unbelievable the lies and that people are believing it. And then my former friend threatening me, like, and that's going to be my karma. Like I need to be punished for voting for. Ooh, people need to be careful what they say. And that's another reason why I'm praying for Linda, because you should not say that. That is bad for you to say. I mean, yeah, there's a story in the Bible. Y'all ever heard of Balaam's donkey? Where Balaam was trying to go curse God's people? You can't be saying that crap to us. Trump may want to be king, but my Jesus is the king. Yeah, I got the crown on this arm. My daddy's the king, and he don't like it when you be saying that crap to me. That's why I need to pray for you, Linda. I'm going to pray. Thank you all so much for being here. 7 in the chat now. Thank you so much. Everybody's busy. It's a Friday night. I had a nice little dinner with y'all. I'm going to make my video tomorrow, hopefully, because I need to do some longer videos besides the lives. But my live times are Monday. I'm going to keep doing that. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5:30. Friday, I do dinner with Red. Y'all get out there and vote. Be informed. Inform others. Get them to vote. But remember, MAGAs, remember, Trump followers, he said to vote on January 5th. My little joke. Please, if you're going to vote for Trump, he told you to vote January 5th. Remember, you believe everything he says. So, MAGAs, go vote January 5th. Everybody else, Kamala, we are not going back. Don't go back to narcissistic abuse by a president or your ex. All right, I'm going to pray now. Dear Lord, thank you for all these friends and followers. I pray that you would bless them, Lord. Please be with Elsa. Continue to be with her and strengthen her, Lord. Help her to get her groceries and get her food. And just thank you for continuing to be with her and watching over her. Please bless Michael. Thank you that he got his channel monetized. I pray you continue to bless him. And please bless Sylvia and her family and her friends and be with her. And thank you for her. Please be with CW and his friends and family and bless him. And thank you for him. Please bless Betty and her friends and family and be with her and bless her. Please be with Glenn and bless him and his family. And thank you for him. And thank you for Brenda. Keep her safe and her husband when they travel. Bless her children and her grandchildren and her fur babies. And be with her. And I thank you for her. Lord, I pray for Linda that you bless her, Lord. I pray that she would wake up, Lord. I pray that something would happen that would cause her to realize that she might be wrong. And I pray that for Bren and for Paul and even for Roy and for Mary. But I pray you bless them. Draw us all into truth, Lord. Help us to fact check. Help us not to believe just everything we hear on TikTok or YouTube or wherever, or ABC News, or especially Fox News. Please help us just not blindly believe everything we hear or see. Help us to fact check. Help us to look into the policies. Lord, thank you for the things that you've taught me in these years since my separation and my divorce and since leaving Georgia. Thank you for teaching me to stand up for what I believe in, to be honest and authentic with what I believe, and to be humble enough to say, you know, I used to be wrong about that. I used to be wrong about that. Thank you for just guiding me. And I think of the Bible verse, it says in Proverbs, the path of the just is like the shining sun that shineth ever brighter until the perfect day. It's a verse in Proverbs. And I think of that, and I feel like we're all on a journey, and we shouldn't be upset with maybe someone who hasn't realized and is not to where we are, or, you know, may not, they were brought up a different way and they see things a different way. We need to have love and respect for one another. Lord, help us in this country, Lord. I pray for protection, though, on the Capitol. I pray for protection over all the candidates and all the states and all the parties, Lord. I pray especially that you'd watch over Trump and keep him physically safe. And I pray that you would keep Harris and Walz safe, and J.D. Vance. I pray that you would keep them all safe, keep them from political violence, Lord. I pray for peace, a peaceful transfer of power to whoever wins, Lord. And I pray that you would thwart, that they would put things in place, because I know they're thinking about it, Lord. And I thank you that they are aware of these things, Lord. And I know they're going to be careful so another January 6th cannot happen. And I thank you for that. And I pray for wisdom for all our leaders that are in power now and that will be in power. And I pray for Harris and Walz to win, Lord. And I pray for your will to be done. I pray for those countries at war. I pray for Israel and Palestine, Lord. I pray for there to be peace. I pray for the release of the hostages. I thank you that they got Sinjar. And I just pray for peace over there, Lord. I pray for Ukraine and Russia, that conflict would come to an end, Lord. But we know that in your word it says that in the last days there'll be wars and rumors of wars and all these things, Lord. I don't know. I'm unsure about all these things in the last days. But I know also that it says Christians will be deceived. And I feel like that's happening, Lord. They're being deceived by Trump. He's a liar, and he's not a Christian. I pray that you would open their eyes, and I thank you that many of them are. I thank you that many of them are coming out of it. And I pray that you would open their eyes, that they would see the truth, that they would come out of it. I think that's everything, Lord. I pray you bless my children and my grandchildren, and I thank you for them. I thank you for my apartment. I thank you for my car. I thank you for the money from my mom and dad and the money I get from my ex. I thank you for all your blessings on me and for leading me here to Denver. And I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, everybody. I've gone 2 hours and 29 minutes. Good night. All right. right. Do not say that no one cares for you, because I do and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. And vote. If you're in America, vote. If you can vote, vote. I love you all. I will see you Monday night at 5:30 Mountain Time. Bye. Why am I yelling? I don't know.